the News Channel 5 network, this is MorningLine with Nick Barris.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us on MorningLine. Nick Barris here. On a Tuesday, we've got a good show on tap for you. Okay, we're going to talk about, what you need to think about and deal with as you age or as your loved ones age. Elder law is a field of law practice that continues to grow as more of us live longer. And whether it's you that needs the help or it's a loved one, your parents, I'm dealing with that with my folks. It's something one way or another you're going to have to address. And there's a lot of help out there available for you. There's, as I said, a whole field of law dedicated to this. Elder law attorney Barbara McGinnis is with us this morning. Part of the fantastic
good morning.
Tandem, good morning to you, of you and Tim Takis in practice here.
Yeah.
And I mean, it is a growing field, is it not?
It is a growing field. And if you're not old, you probably know someone
Yes,
that
that's
is,
what I was saying.
right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people do come in planning for themselves, but there's a good number of people that come in planning for their parents. They're seeking information for their parents. And people are living so much longer.
Right.
And so recently it was a couple, he was like 93 and she's 88, and longevity runs in their family. They're perfectly expecting to live another 10 years or better. And how do they plan for care and paying for care over the next 10 years?
That's interesting. So did that couple come in with their family, or did they come in together, just the two of them?
Family.
Okay, the family came with. But I'm thinking, think about that. I mean, he's in his 90s. He's been collecting his Social Security now for almost 30 years.
Right.
It's crazy. And he's still plugging along. And well, at that age, I don't know what their situation is specifically. Are they looking at going into an assisted living, or are they already there? Are they independent enough to be living on their own still in a house?
Just recently gave up their independent home out in the community and moving into an independent living environment.
That's a trick. I mean, it's a transition.
Some of that's just nice because it's still independent. You can still drive. You can still manage your own medicines, still manage your own medical care. You're still taking care of your own person, all of your ADLs, bathing and dressing yourself. But you have this supported environment. It's secure. There's socialization, which is extremely important. Meals prepared for you, so you don't have to cook or grocery shop. You can have snacks and do light things. So it's a nice transition, that allows independence perhaps to last a little bit longer and stretch. That's one of our principles when we're talking with families is and older people. Spending what you need to spend today to take care of yourself, not to try to take unnecessary risk or accept less than what you need in order to maybe save money. Go ahead and spend what you need now to take care of yourself in hopes that you're going to be able to live longer, be safer, and then delay those real expensive cost of care settings. Yeah,
okay, and that's, well, I mean, but the trick for a lot of folks is money and how, I mean, you hear about long-term care insurance, things like this, folks collecting Social Security, which is not going to be enough to cover it. Some people out there still think that Medicare covers nursing homes. It doesn't.
Medicare does not cover nursing home unless you have a skilled service, and then it's only for a very brief period of time, maximum of 100 days, that Medicare would pay for a skilled service in a skilled nursing facility, which is just a section usually of a nursing home.
Well, tell me, what does happen to folks who maybe do have some means, and they're paying and they're able to go to either a nursing home or an assisted living facility, and they do it, and they keep living, and they keep living, which is great. And then they run out of money. I'm just curious. And then the families they're trying to help, but even if the family does, if they simply run out of money, do those people end up on the streets? Do they get kicked out, or what is the safety net? Are there nursing home facilities where Medicare somehow does pay?
Right. Facilities cannot just force a discharge. Of course, facilities can force a discharge for failure to pay. However, they must be able to transition to a safe environment. So folks really just don't wind up on the street. We start pre-planning, and Medicaid is largely the safety net for folks. sometimes, but of course you have to qualify and you have to be in a facility that's contracted.
I see. Okay, well, I guess if at that point you're truly indigent because you've burned through all your savings, then you may well qualify.
Well, you financially qualify, yes.
Okay. What are the other qualifications?
There is a functional, the age limit's pretty low.
Okay.
I mean, it's 65 or older, or if you're younger than 65,
Right.
then it's a disability you're looking at. But there's a medical test or a function. It's really a functional test. It's not diagnosis based. It's how well people are functioning in certain key elements.
Okay.
That transition, they look at safety considerations.
Yeah.
How do we transfer, like get up out of a chair, walk, toilet, feeding themselves, not bathing and dressing, and then the rest of it is really orientation.
Yeah.
How are they alert, oriented, and do they have any behavioral problems?
Gotcha.
Those kind of things are what's looked at. There are several things that are going on this month.
Good. Fill me in. What do we have? And because I'd like to ask you, what's new? What's going on?
What is new? Today, when I was driving in, I heard on the radio that there is a first day of a TennCare lawsuit in federal court.
TennCare lawsuit.
And this is the Southern Poverty
Law
Group,
Center.
yeah, and Tennessee Justice Center.
Yep.
They are taking TennCare on to federal court over the timeliness issue of processing applications.
It's taking too long.
Yes. And so TennCare says that their argument is that they have made a fix to the system, so that they are dealing with the majority of people on a timely basis, that there is an appeal process.
What's your experience with your clients?
Well,
is it a long time? I mean, is it too long?
It is too long, especially if you're looking for Medicaid in the community setting. If a person that needs care is in a nursing home, a nursing facility, and they've applied for TennCare, if it takes 2 months, 3 months to process and approve that application, that person's still receiving care. Now, for the facility, they may be providing care basically with little to no reimbursement during that period of time waiting for TennCare, but the person is receiving care and they're not in jeopardy. Okay. But if they're in the home or like a community-based setting, like their home, and they're looking to TennCare to help provide care in the home to keep them safe, and it takes 90 days or 120 days to get that application, they're not getting care because they may not have the funds to buy care, or their family members are just running on exhaustion trying to provide the care. So that's, to me, that's really where the area needs to be stepped up in terms of, let's get those folks approved as quickly as possible.
I just wonder if it's bureaucracy, red tape, and I hear the same type of complaints, and it makes sense it's happening with TennCare with folks applying for SSI. Social Security, disability, things like that. It just, is it the bureaucracy? I don't know. You're not inside there. You have to deal with these headaches along with the families you represent, but I don't know what the answer is except getting more people to work to be able to handle all the claims.
And that's part of the TennCare lawsuit, is that they are not, of course, not asking for any money. They are asking for a fix to the system that helps expedite. So that's starting today. It'll be something to watch.
Sure.
Friday, our new episode of the Takis McInnes Elder Law Hour will be airing, and we'll be talking about resources for low income and low net worth seniors. And one of those particular programs will be the Medicare cost savings programs like QMB. That's really important and timely because October 15th starts Medicare open enrollment.
That's when it starts again. And you always advocate, get in there and see if you can find a better plan that matches up with what your needs are. There may be something new.
Absolutely.
I mean, every year, even if you're kind of happy with your plan,
take a look.
Just see what else is there.
So if you're receiving Medicare, you have traditional Medicare, and you have a supplement, well, you probably have a Part D plan, and your Part D plan is what covers your prescriptions, and that should certainly be looked at every year because that changes. Formularies, taking a look and doing the comparison, you could save yourself a lot of money each month by on drug coverage if you
Do you assist people with that?
We do.
Okay, so would they come to you again? And some of these folks, again, fixed incomes. I always like to say this: Takis and McGinnis, you have a lot of clients. They come in. They all have different financial backgrounds.
Right.
So how do you typically charge? How does it go? I just want to let people know, because people may watch today and say, I want to hire her. I want to have them help us. How do you do it?
All right, we charge a consult fee, but the consult fee is applied towards the greater service plan. So if you hire us to do work, we charge. Everything is a flat rate fee.
Okay.
We do not bill by the hour. Okay. We do not bill by the document. So if you come to us for an estate plan, you're going to basically be buying an estate plan package. You're not just saying, I want a will, but I don't want powers of attorney, and you're only going to pay for the will.
Right.
You're buying a package.
The package. But those things go together. And by the way, as the show continues, I want to get into power of attorney with you and wills. But so they would come, and so there's a flat fee, and then you take care of all of that.
Right.
And based on how large of an estate, I guess, and how intricate the plan would be, can dictate how much that might cost, right?
Yeah, it's not a percentage of their net worth, but it is based on the complexity of the plan.
Sure.
So oftentimes people with more money have more complex needs. People with blended families can become more complex. People with special needs children, that can become more complicated. And then really we have this package that we call a life care plan. And life care planning is the integration of personal care, financial care, and legal care over time for someone. Now, when I say financial care, I'm not talking about, we don't take the place of financial planners. Folks still need their financial planners. Right. But mostly for financial, we're looking at how to use their money to pay for the care that they need. Right. Our care coordinators help people find care in the community and make sure that they're in the right level of care, the right place, they're advocating for good care. We're looking, how do we pay for that care? And then the legal component is, do they have the legal documents to maximize their goals? And about legacy planning, certainly. We do all of that over time because we know that people change over time.
Right. Their
so
needs will change.
Yeah, if you put a plan in place today, well, it may change in 6 months because mom, dad, grandma, they change over time, and we have to be able to respond to those changes.
That's the way to go with that plan. I like that idea. It covers it all. Listen, we'll take a break on that. When we come back, you may have more stuff in your notepad.
I do.
I'm not going to stop you from reading that, but we got to take some phone calls as well.
Okay.
The number is 737-7587. If you have a question for Barbara McGinnis about elder care, elder law, and the like, and we know she talked about power of attorney. That's something really important, actually. Okay, and wills, questions along those lines. If you're dealing with some of this, give us a call. If you're on hold, stay there. We'll get to you right after that, and then we'll get back to our notebook. All kinds of information in there. We'll be right back.